to the show, everybody.
Nice.
Here we are. What's right with the world? So today, it's kind of neat. A childhood friend of mine posted this on Facebook, and I saw it, and I was like, "Wow, that's kind of interesting." So, childhood friends are neat, aren't they? I love childhood friends.
I don't know. I don't have any.
You're full of crap.
Nope,
So
none.
it's just somebody. There's something special about knowing that you knew somebody, all growing up through high school and stuff. It's cool. So, but anyway, my friend Sonia shared this, and I thought it was a really interesting topic of well, I'll let Ben explain it. So go for it, Ben.
Okay. So so this is a little different because we don't have an article to go off of. Because this is from the Facebook group and the Instagram group. We need this. And it is a video about a company in New Zealand that turns beer bottles into sand.
Yeah.
Which,
I was
so we're going to share the link to this in the description. But it is this awesome video that Glenn sent me that they take beer bottles and they have what looks like a large vending machine.
Yeah.
And basically you put the beer bottles in and it compresses them and just obliterates them.
It grinds them up.
It grinds them up and it takes the sand from the beer bottle into one direction and everything else from the beer bottle and puts it in the other direction. And what you come up with is this sand that people literally, if you hold it in your hand, you can't tell the difference. What is sand and what is this recycled material? And in New Zealand, they're using it to repopulate their beaches.
Right, because the beaches through erosion and other things are shrinking all over the world. So this and I mean I don't know all the physics of it, but I mean glass is made from sand. So basically they're just taking the glass and making it back into sand,
Right.
by grinding it back up. So it's, that's the whole mentality of it, which is I find it really cool. I find it cool that they can just do that, and then two, separate the the labels and what the silicone, whatever the heck else is in it, that they can separate that, which is cool. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, that's really neat, but of what service is this? It's like, well, if we took all the beer bottles, or a lot of them, and actually had something to do with them, and turn to fill back up the beaches, I mean, that's neat to me. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe people think I'm crazy, which is cool. But I just found that such a daily, I mean, there's beer bottles everywhere, and to actually have a purpose for them, to be able to grind them up and actually help the beaches, I think is phenomenal.
Definitely. So this is I found an article from geek.com for this. DB Breweries, drink beer, save the environment. That's the rallying cry of DB Breweries, a New Zealand-based company helping to combat the global sand shortage. The firm, as reported by Adweek, built a fleet of machines that crush empty glass bottles into sand substitute, used to save the nation's pristine beaches. Sand is used in everything from construction to pharmaceuticals, and a major ingredient in mortar, plaster, concrete, and asphalt. Businesses often collect beach sand in bulk. As a result, according to DB, 2/3 of the world's beaches are retreating. Amazingly, there is an answer to the sand shortage, and it could be to drink beer. The company said in a promotional video, the machines, likely for use in bars and restaurants across the island, recycle empties right before your drunken eyes. Push the container through a bottle-shaped hole, then watch as the vacuum system removes silica dust and plastic labels, leaving behind pure glass sand. Each bottle produces 200 grams of powder substitute in about 5 seconds. It's an amazing machine, and if this thing could go, all over the place, and if you could take that technology and mass produce it, so you know what I mean, like
Yeah.
so all of these recycling plants and junkyards could then send their glass bottles to a big facility that did this. That would be
Right.
huge. That could be huge.
Yeah, or just had a section of their facility that did it.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, this is the first step. We'll see if it turns into something, that's feasible to do on a regular basis or not. But I mean, hey, I thought it was just such a, I think it's, nature. It's got a nature aspect to it. So it's helping our beaches. Okay, cool. I like that. And then it's got the aspect of just taking something like an old beer bottle. I mean, how many art projects can you create with a beer bottle? I mean, I'm sure that there's some, but I mean, after a while, you're not going to decorate your whole house with an art project with beer bottles. So,
Right.
I mean, really, what are you going to do with these things? So, and
Send them back from whence they came.
yes, yeah, and that's the other twist. So you've got well, not day-to-day thing for me because I don't drink, but I mean, the beer bottles are everywhere. There's tons of beer bottles around. So that's an everyday occurrence in society that there's beer bottles.
And there are other glass bottles. I mean, if you can do this with beer bottles, you can do this with glass.
And actually, I forgot that, but when I first read this story, I thought of the same thing. Like there's a lot of sodas and teas and all kinds of things they're really getting creative with the bottles that they make now.
Yeah.
So there's lots of different bottles that you can do this with. So to take something that we have so much of on just a regular basis and help nature with it, and then you throw in a piece of the technology that you can even do it, that's cool. And then it's like what you just said, it's, turn it from whence it came. You take sand and you make glass. Well, then you take the glass and turn it back into sand. That's a neat. So, I mean, all the little aspects of that, I thought it was just such a unique story and such a cool thing to expand our minds and know what's possible.
Yeah, and I loved it because it was a what's right with the world that I didn't need to find.
Which is beneficial too. So Thank you, Sonia, for sharing that on Facebook. And
thank you. And if any other of Glenn's childhood friends have things that we should, put on what's right with the world, please send them. Or if any of you that are listening or watching do as well, what's right with the world, the Great Love Project on Facebook, Glenn Ambrose Life Coaching on Facebook. If you need more information about Glenn, check out glennambrose.com. And if you want to support the show, watch videos of the show, watch behind-the-scene videos of Glenn being a goof, check out and support the show at patreon.com/glennambrose. And that's
and
it.
if you want to get famous and be mentioned on a international podcast, then you just give us some ideas for either life lessons and laughter or what's right with the world.
Yeah.
And get mentioned on there. So I'm posting this on Sonia's Facebook page. So keep your eyes open, Sonia.
Definitely.
I'll be posting
so
on her.
This has been a marathon recording day for Glenn and I. We did a bunch of what's right with the world, a couple life lessons and laughter. You'll never know because I changed my shirt a bunch of times.
Yes, but if you pay attention to my shirt, you'll be able to figure it out. So that's the scavenger hunt that we're going to send you on now.
Absolutely. I really think that might be the same shirt that you wore last time we recorded too.
It could be. I can't keep track of what shirt I wore
because it goes so well with the painting behind you or the artwork behind you. If you want to know what we're talking about and you want to see Faith, Glenn's dog, walking around in the background, check out our Patreon page. So, all right. Thanks, Glenn.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. We'll talk at you soon.